Hello, everybody. This is Auntie, and let's talk about Sister Wives Recap Season 20, Episode 3, all about eggplants. And I was sitting up here wondering whether or not Meri liked eggplants or peaches.
A sweet old auntie. Thank you, subscribers, and my nieces and nephews, and all of y'all who have been here through the long haul. Shall we get into it? Oh, yes, we shall. It's time for Auntie Advice. Sweet old. It's time for Auntie Advice. Oh, yeah. It's time for Auntie Advice.
Good afternoon, everybody. I know y'all shocked to see me. I'm shocked to see myself. Happy Monday, everybody. I was like, let me get my butt in here in the middle of hanging up clothes, doing laundry, doing the household stuff, and do these reviews. Okay. Wendy said, what a surprise. It's a surprise to me too. So what can I say? I had an opportunity to look at Sister Wives, and we're going to talk about it, shall we? Oh, yes, we shall. So, we basically opened up this episode the same place that we kind of ended on with. It's Tony and Mykelti trying to cross the country to go to North Carolina for their move. They have decided that they, want to be closer to family. Even though they are a 4 hour drive away from Janelle, they have decided that this is the best fit for their family. Mykelti had talked about, some of her friends, you know, I guess maybe possibly being pseudo family, but of course some of them moved, and so she's going to be moving in North Carolina, and of course Christine and her husband are taking their things down. They're driving now, and they are stuck in a tornado, child. And so they don't know whether or not they should ride through it or whether or not they should stop somewhere. So they consult with Christine's husband, and he is like, drive through it. Keep on driving. And so, if you have ever been in North Carolina or have ever tried to drive through North Carolina in certain seasons, it is absolutely challenging. I remember driving down there with my brother. We were going to a graduation in South Carolina, and just all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a tornado showed up. We will never forget that experience being in that. It is terrifying. Your mind doesn't connect to it immediately. But then after you see all this dust like going in the circle, you're like, okay, all right, okay. Is this Dorothy? Is this the Wizard of Oz? But anyway, so they are driving, and they start, the hail. I guess like golf size, because the hail is really big in them, started cracking their window. And so she ended up taking the blankets and covering up the kids in case the windshield, um, just completely shattered on them while they were driving. And so, of course, they ended up making it in the meantime, and in between time, Christine and her husband are driving, and they realize from someone who was driving beside them that their whole entire tire on the vehicle has blown out, and they are just steady driving on it. They don't know when it happened, but how long they have been driving like that. Let me put it like that. And so, they have to get that repaired. And of course, Christine flashes back to when they were escaping or leaving. Was it Utah, y'all? Um, where they were having car problems and stuff like that. If y'all remember that back in the day, if y'all been looking at it like me from season one, episode one. So they've had their own challenges, and of course, they brought that up and everything. And so, they end up making it there and everything. And they find out when they get there that Maddie is pregnant. Janelle said that, Maddie, this was not something that Maddie wanted to share. And so she held it. And so they get there and find out that she's pregnant. And this solidifies for Mykelti the reason why she wanted to be down there. And why they wanted to uproot their family. Hold on, y'all. This is irritating me. Why they wanted to, uproot their family and go down there, right? Because they wanted the kids to be able to grow up with kids. And they have the home is very beautiful. And it's just perfect, right? If you could raise your kids together, why not raise your kids together? So I think that this was a great decision. I noticed that Christine, and y'all let me know downtown in the chat, that Christine is really shading Tony for being in chess. I don't think that she supports this decision the way that she has been shading him and making sure that she makes special mention of him being a stay-at-home dad and Mykelti working, right? It is very easy on those trailers. Hi, Wendy. It is very easy on those trailers not to hear it, not to feel it, because all you're doing is towing it. Right. So, like, if it was on your particular car, you would feel it and hear it, the car that is actually driving, but you're pulling this vehicle, right? And so, probably at the rate of speed that they were going and all of that, right, you could not hear it or feel it, which is why somebody, alerted them that that was happening. So they're not driving that vehicle, they're pulling it. And with the weight that is probably already on the truck and pulling that, yeah, I can see how you would not be able to so anyway, I hope I answered that question for you, Wendy. Why you would not feel something like that. So of course we all know that Robyn and Kody had a meeting with a realtor because they believe that this house is too small. He is trying to say that, he really wants Truly to be in the home, yet the leftover room is what was given to Truly. I don't even think Truly want to deal with her daddy. That's just my opinion about the situation. I ain't did no research on it, but I don't think she really want to be dealing with him because she is looking at the experiences of her older siblings and how he treated his mother. I don't know why men don't believe, or some men don't believe, that children are affected by the way that you treat their mother. Why would Truly even want to have anything to do with him with the way that he has treated her mom? Like, they went from living in a home, going and living in a trailer on Coyote Pass, leaving Coyote Pass, coming to apartment. Now granted, these things were Janelle's decision, right? But at the same time, kids don't want to be bothered with a father that's in and out. I know that there have been some talk about, the child support and them going to court and all that kind of stuff. I did not follow that. If y'all want me to um cover that. We can talk about it. I don't know whether or not, I can't remember whether or not I did or I didn't in any kind of detail about the child support. I just don't remember doing it, but maybe I did talk about it maybe in a video or something like that. Y'all know I do. So it's like, okay, this house isn't big enough. We had this trauma in the house, and I gotta live and I gotta move. I just was like, this is some bull crap. Everybody has experienced trauma in their house. You don't move because of certain things. And it's so phony and fake to me because it wasn't like his son passed away in his home. Now, I can see you feeling a certain kind of way if the person passed away in the home or if y'all lived together in the home. I remember when my mom passed away, it was very hard for me to go back into the home. And I ended up moving later on. But he didn't even live with them. Was he ever even invited to the home for Thanksgiving, Christmas? I'm just asking for a friend. So I don't know why they would attribute that drama, I mean that loss as a reason for them to get out the home because there was no memories made with him in the home. Y'all let me know downtown in the chat. Maybe I'm wrong about it, but I don't understand the books. Okay. If you want to buy a new home, just buy a new home. You don't have to use all of this bullshit, okay, to have an excuse or a reason to move. We just want a new home because we want a bigger home to store all of our junk in and our art and our jewelry. I don't understand the bullshit that's been going along with this. They meet with the realtor and everything. They have the house in mind to purchase. They also know that they need to sell their home before they can buy that. The two received an offer and were moving forward with it. But they disagreed over a stupid table, which was so dumb. Um, I just they meet with the realtor and they work a deal out and they end up moving into the home, end up going to the home and taking the kids and stuff like that. And I'm just not sure why this home um needed to be purchased, other than the fact that they just did not want to be where they were. But the bull excuses, in my opinion, that they brought up for moving into the home was just a mess. And it is so sad because the way that Cody and Robyn are carrying on with their life, I can't connect with their youngest two kids. I just can't, y'all. And I know that is just so stupid of me as an adult, but I just cannot find myself attaching to the other two little kids. Y'all let me know if y'all feel like that down in the comment section. I can't connect to those other two, to Solomon and I can't remember what the little girl name is. I can't connect to them because of who their mama and their daddy are. I can't do it. Cody says that Robyn changed his view on marriage. And I'm going to read to y'all just this little thing. It says, after adopting a passive role with Meri Brown, Janelle Brown, and Christine Brown, Cody Brown made a big shift when he with Robyn. He revealed why she changed his life in this episode, right? So it says in plural merge, it's not uncommon for us to just sort of come to these impasses where there's little disagreements, he explained. Okay. And then he said, and when it comes to plural merge, my wives had sort of this independence. So I sort of let it go. It's like, well, you decide what you want to do. I totally disagree with that because the only ones that had a sense of independence was Meri and Janelle. It was not Christine. Christine was the one who was staying home and taking care of Janelle kids while Janelle worked outside of the home. If y'all remember, she was the one that basically raised the kids. Janelle, Christine never had a sense of independence. Meri did whatever Kody asked her to do when she wanted to go back to school. She was just basically crying and begging the man to allow her to go back to school. I think it's just a whole bunch of bullshit, okay? So Kody says that he told him, "Will you decide what you want to do?" He said, but when Robyn joined him in 2010, she demanded that he called all the play. He said that Robyn came into my life and Robyn suddenly went, "I want you in my life, so you're going to be a part of all my decisions." Now, of course, we all know that that even included knowing the decisions about what wedding dress she was going to walk down the aisle with. Y'all remember that the girls did not know until the till all that Robyn had taken Kody with her, even though she had set up an appointment and made the sister wives believe that they were part of that decision, that she had another appointment, the real appointment, where Kody picked the wedding dress that she was coming down in. I will never forget how shocked they was because Christine ended up walking off of the stage, if y'all remember that. But he says that, that she changed his life. He says she even provided an office for me in the house. The other wives could have done the same. Well, they didn't. They didn't. Kody said he was very devoted to family life. And now he says, since he don't have to be running back and forth, ping ponging between four different houses, he said, I'm embedded in my family life. I wonder what would have happened had they built that compound. Do y'all remember that compound that Kody was trying to build? It was all white and everything. And the sister wives was like, we ain't moving together. I wonder what their life would be like now had they built that and actually moved into that home. Okay, what you saying, Tamika? Tamika said that further proof that Robyn never wanted plural marriage, not plural wife gets a husband that participates in 100% of their lives. Absolutely. If they had all moved into the house, y'all let me know, what do y'all think would have come of this relationship? Kody says it had was an adjustment for Robyn as well. Um, and she said, it's definitely a different balance because he wasn't there all the time. She said, it was a couple times a week. I think because he had so many wives, he didn't have to check in the same way as you would in a monogamous relationship. And now that Kody has made his bed as a one woman guy, he does have some concerns about lying in it. So Kody went on to say, he always had this surplus, if you will, of intimate relationships. There's a fear that he doesn't know what to expect as far as monogamy is concerned. And Robyn says, I'm looking at him going, dude, we've never had trouble before here before. Why would we have trouble now? Exactly. So why are they moving? Still, Kody feels it is hopeful that he can keep busy with just the one wife. Now, y'all remember in the last episode, he said a polygamist is getting more than he wants, and a monogamous isn't getting enough. And I just was like, okay, he talking about, that thing. Okay. Maybe Robyn isn't giving him enough, and now he's got to wean himself off of running with his thin hair back and forth from one house to another house, getting it in. Oh, nasty. So I just don't understand. Janelle had made a comment in, I think, the very first episode where she said, if the sister wives were coming in and had, the man had a responsibility to provide finances to these women, like real finances, they wouldn't be polygamous. And I totally agree with that. Totally agree. So they go and see the house, and they just supposed to be a happy, happy little family and everything. And they're gonna include truly into the household. Mykelti, has moved and all of that kind of stuff, and now we get to Meri. So as we all know, last week Meri ended up going on a speed dating event to a speed dating event, and she matched up with Ron. Ron liked her, she liked Ron, and the two of them, started nothing. Meri says she hasn't heard from Ron. She's expecting Ron to give her a telephone call, for them to pursue. But in the meantime, and in between time, she's with this Jen. And they decide that they're going to do painting downtown to the house. So they invite some other hens to come down there. Meri says that they told her about a TikTok where a girl was talking about eggplants. But I was wondering whether or not Meri liked peaches. I know y'all probably saying, Auntie, what are you talking about? Yes, hens. Y'all probably saying, Auntie, what are you talking about? I'm talking about the fact that Meri was in a relationship with a woman who Meri indicated tricked her. She was catfished in an online relationship back in 2015. Meri says she was catfished by the woman who was impersonating a man. Now, Cody has said on multiple occasions that he would hear Meri up there. Even Maisie looking like, what are you barking about? Go back to sleep. These dogs be a mess. I need to open up a whole channel for y'all to see the bull crap that we go through with these poodles. Do y'all hear me? And Maisie made a decision. Excuse me, y'all. Side conversation. Maisie made a decision that if you lost you move, you lose. Maisie then got her butt up there and now is sleeping in her spot that her nice warm spot. She said, you lose, you move, you lose. You want to go over there to the door and get the barking and carrying on or nothing? So back in 2015, back to our conversation. Back in 2015, Meri was dating a woman who she said was impersonating a man. But Cody heard her having these conversations. So was the woman using some type of voice thing or what? I have, from the giddy up, questioned whether or not Meri was really blind to the fact that she was talking to a woman. She act like she's so squeamish. Like just the thought of talking about intimacy between a man and a woman, she's so shy and innocent, and it just creeps her out. Meri sat her butt up there and talked about when she was doing the speed dating with Ron. Meri sat up there and said that her love language is touch. When have we ever seen Meri be affectionate with Cody? I'm just asking. When have we ever seen Meri be in a touch? I'll wait. Do I need to play Jeopardy music? I've never seen Meri be intimate with Cody. I'm wondering whether or not Meri like peaches. Anyway, I digress. So she decides, she says she doesn't know where this party, how this party got to them drawing eggplants. Meri, you opened up the conversation by saying that your girlfriend had told you about a TikTok where the woman was talking about eggplants, and you decided to have a paint party based around eggplants. And then you say, I don't know how the party went this way. What? Did you happen to buy, when getting your art supplies, extra purple paint and green? You supplied the supplies. I wish this woman would be real. I don't know why they showing her. I don't give a about her. I think she's phony. I think she's a liar. And I think she is a complete total waste of our time. Meri is so fake. She doesn't have a storyline, in my opinion. And I don't know why we're looking at her. Like, if we're not talking about Coyote Pass, just like last week, and I got time today, y'all can tell. Just like last week when she sat up there and was like, and she was talking to Janelle, and Janelle was trying to make her little jokes and stuff about Robyn, trying to throw her a little shade. And Meri was like, well, why would he call you and not call me? Because he don't bunk with you, Meri. He said that you was the best wife and all that kind of stuff because he did not want you to press Coyote Pass. He did not want you to get on the same page as Janelle did. He already knew that Janelle was going legal because Janelle told him he was going legal. But it wasn't until you said you was going legal that Kody did something about it. Like, what in the foolishness are we looking at here? You thought that being friends with Robyn and trying to be friends with Kody and asking Kody to move you to your mom's bed and breakfast and coming over there and moving furniture and accidentally bumping up against you and you got a little arousal and you know what I'm saying? Like, what? What are we doing? I'm just thinking, does Meri like peaches? And if you like peaches, ain't nothing wrong with liking peaches. I remember how she reacted when Leon came out. But Leon was done with her basically as a mom when the catfish stuff happened. Leon was sick of her mother. And Meri didn't really support Leon's dreams and what Leon wanted to do. Let me see something. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. So I wanted to pull this up, right? And it says, Meri, I asked, what was Meri's reaction when Leon came out? Meri's initial reaction was one of surprise and difficulty as she expressed that Leon coming out as gay was unexpected and that she had envisioned a different future for her child. She initially struggled to accept it, making the situation about her own disappointment, especially given her rocky relationship at the time. However, Meri has since shown strong support for Leon's identity, and while her initial reaction was not ideal. Her current relationship with Leon is described as good, and she publicly supports them and their partner. But here's the thing. So Meri said that, in quotes, this is a little unexpected. I did not see this coming. Kind of surprises me that she's known for so long and hasn't said anything to us. But I remember Meri when the girl was talking about not going to school, knick knack, paddle, give a dog a ball, that Meri was tripping over that. So she had already established a relationship with her daughter, which she couldn't talk to her and be free with Meri about how she felt about stuff. So as I said, this also says the initial reaction was particularly difficult because of the ongoing strain on Meri and Leon's relationship following the catfish scandal. Leon later said that Meri's reaction was not ideal, which led to a period where they were not on good terms. But here's the thing, they are now describing Meri and Leon's relationship as good. And I'm going to tell you one thing, honey, if you're going to the store to buy anything, right? Let's just talk practicality. If you're going to the store to buy, okay, so the seasons have changed. Let me frame it this way. Get the lights up, y'all. Come on, give me them lights. The seasons have changed, so I always every 3 months, every 90 days, rotate the filters in my HVAC system on clockwork, right? Because I want to preserve it over the years. When I go to the Home Depot or the Lowe's to go and pick up a filter, an air filter, I'm not getting the good one. Good, better, best. I'm getting the best. I'm not even getting the good because good is just barely making it. It's good, better, and best. So if Meri got a good relationship with her daughter, and I am thinking about it the same way I think about going to get a filter, she the bottom of the barrel. She's the bottom of the barrel. I think that Meri does not connect to people. I think that she has a hard time connecting to people because Meri is not connected to herself. She sits out there and tries to play innocent about having a party where these women are drawing eggplants. And then say she don't know how she got there when she the one that wouldn't got all the paint and the supplies and the brushes and the cups and all that kind of stuff. Shut up. I don't even know why we cover Meri in her boring tale. If she didn't have Jen, and then she's always talking about how fun she is, she's funny, and all this old kind of stuff. And the only person she hanging up is underneath her married girlfriend, Jen. Give me a break. I think that Meri, it's just my personal opinion, it may not be true at all, need to come on out her daggone self. Because I'm confused about where Meri really stands. Okay? This stupid dating. Ciao, bye. Anyway, that is the end of my review because I have to come right back out and do Seeking Sister Wives, and we'll talk about that. Okay, because that was a hot mess express as well. Y'all let me know downtown in the comment section what y'all thought about this episode. What stood out to you with this episode. Was it necessary for Cody and them to go and buy a house? And I know somebody was saying something about the house all jacked up and I think it was, what's the girl's name? Katie. I can't even think of her daggone name. Anyway, I love y'all. Let me know what y'all think. Bye, y'all.